Tomorrow night, the Minnesota Vikings take on the Atlanta Falcons in a Week 2 Sunday night football matchup, and it's going to be a spectacular one. Minnesota's first home game of the regular season. Cannot wait to see what J.J. McCarthy and the boys have dialed up for their second game of the season. We're currently 1-0, hopefully looking to be 2-0. Obviously, everyone as a Minnesota Vikings fan and a player and then whoever's in the organization wants to be 2-0. Continue to be undefeated week by week. That's the goal. That's what we're looking to do here against Atlanta. Going to be a tough game. Very interesting one for the first week of the season against the Chicago Bears. The first three quarters did not look great. We looked atrocious. We looked like, boy, this is going to be a long season. Then the fourth quarter hits. Bada bing, bada boom. We find a way to get a dub. And we're thinking, oh boy, are the Vikings back? Did it just take just a little bit of time to get our groove back, to get in the swing of things, stuff like that? But right now we're looking solid, Kay. The jitters are out of the way. Now it's week 2. Hopefully we start off in a great way. But this is a pretty solid Atlanta Falcons team, so it's going to be a very hard fought battle, I believe. But the first home game of the season, I think it can go our way. So let's get right into it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comment section, and it's also posted in the description. So hit that link. Use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. If you don't want this Viking helmet, that's okay, because they have the original, they have the throwback, they probably have the Isaiah Rodgers black helmet, but they also have all 31 other teams in the NFL. They also have college football team helmets. So if that's something that intrigues you, hey, hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN at checkout to receive a discount. And I did forget to tell you, they also have fully customizable helmets. So like I said, hit that link, use the promo code to get a discount on your purchase. So the Atlanta Falcons, who are 0-1, visit the Minnesota Vikings, who are 1-0 at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis for a Week 2 showdown. And USA Today's panel of NFL experts, if you will, have locked in their picks and predictions for the action. So here's everything you basically need to know before kickoff on Sunday, September 14th, including live updated odds and stuff like that. I'm not going to give you all that mumbo jumbo. I believe right now it's in favor of the Minnesota Vikings at -3. I could be completely wrong, but just know in my head, the Vikings are favored, as they should be in every single game. Okay? Plain and simple, right? But we already talked about the injury reports and stuff like that. But after their comeback win over the Chicago Bears on Monday night, the Vikings will play their third primetime home opener in US Bank Stadium's 10-year history. Jeez. That's crazy to think US Bank Stadium's been open for 10 years. That's wild to me. But the last time they faced Atlanta was in December. The week was all about Kirk Cousins' return. He'll likely be only a spectator this time, watching the quarterbacks the Vikings and Falcons took in the first round to succeed him last year, right? Kirk Cousins leaves town. We draft J.J. McCarthy. It sounds like Kirk Cousins is going to be the Atlanta Falcons starting quarterback. And lo and behold, they draft Michael Penix at number 8 overall or something like that. Cousins gets benched like after week 4 or whatever the case was, and hasn't seen the field since, really. So here's a look at the Vikings matchup with the Atlanta Falcons. The biggest storyline here, the only thing you really need to know is hey, McCarthy and Penix share the field again. The last time J.J. McCarthy played a game against Michael Penix Jr. was on January 8th, 2024, when Michigan defeated Washington 34-13 in the College Football National Championship game. Now, the storyline will likely be referenced frequently on Sunday night, so get ready for that. In a matchup NBC probably claimed for the early part of the season, while both teams are still relevant. The Vikings spent time with Penix before last year's draft and took J.J. McCarthy 2 picks after the Falcons delivered the stunner of the night by selecting Penix 8th overall, even though they just signed Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract. So a quick prediction from the basically the what was it, the Star Tribune or the U.S. what is it called? The USA Today's panel or the whatever, their website. This is their prediction, basically saying that the Falcons' offensive weapons, especially with Robinson's elusiveness and Drake London's physicality will test a Vikings defense that could be without at least 2 starters because of injury and had 3 defensive backs on the injury report this week. It will require the Vikings to get creative with their secondary, and they'll need solid performances from players like cornerback Dwight McGlothern, but they'll get a boost from a US Bank Stadium crowd that should be electric on Sunday night, and their offense will have some favorable matchups against Atlanta's defense. They'll win their home game or the home opener in a close one, Vikings 23, Falcons 21. So they don't cover the spread there, but hey, a dub's a dub. I see this game going right down to the wire as well. After that week 1 performance, I'm thinking, hey, this game, like this team might be in a lot of close battles because of the inexperience at quarterback. JJ McCarthy's a dog, okay? Don't get me wrong. He's poised, he's confident, he goes out there, he finds a way to win. He's clutch. But it's going to be tough, or it's going to take time for him and the offense to really get on the same page. I think that's just what we're going to have to go through. It's going to be growing pains week in and week out. It's very tough to see or to know what's actually going to happen where last year we didn't know at the beginning of the season either with Sam Darnold. Did we start rattling off some wins and we're like, hey, we got a ball team. That's what we're hoping here with JJ McCarthy. But look, Atlanta had a very good week 1 game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are also a very good team. Atlanta drives down the field. They find a way to score, take the lead, and then unfortunately their defense let up a touchdown late in that game to lose it. But Atlanta has a lot of fight. They're a very good ball team. So if you make mistakes against Atlanta Falcons or against the Atlanta Falcons, you're going to pay, and it's going to be very tough to come back. However, I think Minnesota continues what they started in that 4th quarter, rolls into US Bank Stadium, their home opener, puts points on the board early, and keeps or stays ahead of this Atlanta Falcons team. And JJ McCarthy goes 2-0 against Michael Penix. Okay, first national championship game, comes into US Bank Stadium, beats him there too. Minnesota Vikings start the season 2-0. I'm not going to give you a score. I don't care what the score is as long as it's a W or at least as long as it's W. Okay, we win the game. Plain and simple. That's all you need to know. Big time. This game's gonna be fun. Cannot wait. You guys let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skull Vikes.